welcome all. This is Fowler's Corners Fantasy Fishing Series. Something new I'm doing. I have notes and some other stuff, so be patient with me. Not an expert at this at all. The filming and back and forth and all that. Doing this for fun. We're going to be looking at the Bass Pro Tours Fantasy Fishing League. There's two other fantasy style games that you can play. I'm going to primarily focus on the Bass Pro Tours, or BPT as some of y'all call it. Very excited. I want to see like how many people we can get on this and talking back and forth. My plan is to go over my top picks for each event every week or month. How the lake conditions are setting up for the tournament. So, and then like some angler stats, their strengths, their weaknesses, and then momentum. One thing I learned last year is momentum is huge with how these guys go tournament to tournament. I'm excited. Like, as I'm new, I'm a little nervous in the first one. I apologize. Excited though. Excited. Want to see how far we can grow this portion of my YouTube channel. For the interaction, you know. We'll just go over some of my stats from last year, and you'll make sense a little bit more. I went for the season overall. I was 473 out of 16,714 people participating. That works out to be in the top 3%. So, I'm not number one, but I'm up there. I think that's pretty proud to be in that. Since how last year was the first year I kind of took it seriously, and I got my picks in for every round and whatnot. So, but I'm interested to see the camaraderie back and forth with people on YouTube who follow the same thing as me, who love the sport of bass fishing. As you can see by my jersey here, I come from the old days. I used to fish the weekend BFLs, the Bass Fishing League, for the Weekend Warriors as a co-angler in the Northeast out of New York State. I got to go to some beautiful places, St. Lawrence, Oneida, Champlain, and I never made it down to the Potomac. I was, strapped for cash, so I couldn't hit them all. But I had a great time, and I learned a ton from being a co-angler with these guys. Like, I got to fish some really good people, boat control, lure selections, things of that nature. I got to learn while I was doing those, and as life happens, things go on. I moved, been around the country, a couple different areas, Colorado, Wyoming. I'm now in Texas. As you can see, I live in a camper, small space. So this is what I got to work with, but I'm excited. I want this to work out really well. I'm looking to have fun with this. The comments, and if I could get a bunch of people commenting on here, and we can just like comment back and forth and kind of hone our picks for each week and build each other up and help each other with trying to get in like the top 25 of a tournament, so one of us can win a rod or reel combo. Everybody's goal is that grand prize. If you get all 10 in one tournament to the final day, you get the boat and the truck, man. I'm sure they haven't reposted this year's 2023's coming up, but that's the goal, right? We want to win either cool rod reel combo or that boat and trailer and truck, So this is all for fun. I'm no expert by any means. I wouldn't bet the house with me, but that's kind of what I'm doing here. I also run a podcast on Spotify, Fowler and Friends. So I'm looking forward and excited for that. Working on my 52 topics there. You can find that on Spotify and listen along if you want. That covers more hunting and fishing end of things. Maybe throw some cooking in there for barbecue and wild game preparation and whatnot. We'll see what that comes to that. I did that a little bit, about half a year last year, with a buddy of mine, and where it was going good. But this is what I'm really into, and personally, and I wanted to do this on my YouTube channel. Like I said, there was 16,714 people that participated last year. I just, YouTube's probably the best way to reach out to all those people. And I just want to see, how they made their picks, or, everybody's trying to win, right? Nobody's going to give their golden goose, but we can all talk strategy, especially with everything that's changing this year. I think it's going to shake up the fantasy fishing leagues way more than it's probably going to shake up the anglers. So let's, this is going to be kind of talking about those. If you come across this video and it's nothing you're into, just message me and I can walk you through how to get set up and all that stuff through Major League Fishing's website. I'm not going to go over all those little details here, so we can PM and email about that. So the big news for this year, if anybody knows, they changed the format. We're going to a 5-fish format instead of an all-fish format. So now your best 5 are gonna be what is your weight for that day, and then the there's no more advancement. That's another cool part of this. Like last year, last year, if you won, if you were number 1 on day 1, you automatically advanced. If you were in Group A or Group B, that's no longer the case. So you'll fish both days, and the Group A is day 1 and day 3, and those weights will carry over. Group B is day 2 and day 4. Those weights carry over. Top 20 of each group go to day 5, your knockout round. The weights are zeroed that day. Then your championship round, your top 10 from the knockout round carry over to the championship round, and their weights carry over again, which is there was a lot more resets when they were doing all fish. Now they're carrying weights over. Why they did this, there is an absolute ton of rumors flying around. They're stating it's what the people wanted. So I trust that's what they went through. I know you can, there's people out there making the argument to shake up the leaderboard because you had like 2 or 3 guys dominating all the time. You could say forward-facing sonar, trying to level the playing field. There's arguments for and against all of it. It's interesting. I like MLF over Bass because I feel they have better leagues for the working man. I fished in them. So that's kind of why I stick with MLF. I won't be jumping ship. If you jump ship because of the change, I don't think that they're doing this for any particular reason myself, other than it's what the standard is kind of for the sport. I think their main what I love about them the most, the conservation efforts, the catch weigh release. I mean, that's huge. By being able to do that, they are definitely saving the stress portion on the fish versus riding around in a live well all day. I respect that. You know, I'm a fish head. I got a aquaculture degree through college, and that, you know, I can see all the benefits of that fish weight release. The live leaderboard is awesome. All other sports, you know where you and your competitors are standing. So I love that aspect of it too, that everybody knows where they're at. You know, it's puts it on par with football and baseball and basketball. You know, all the competitors know where their team or their individual team is at. So enough of that. It has driven a lot of discussions. You know, the main thing is, how is this going to affect our picks? How is it going to change up our strategies and things? And I think it will. I don't think we're going to see Dustin Connell, Jacob Wheeler, Justin Lucas. These guys are great fishermen. They fished five fish formats and were very competitive in winning there, just as well as they were fishing in the all fish format and were winning there. But there's some things to look at. I don't think the format change is what's going to affect Jacob Wheeler this year. He's launching a new boat, which he's made public here a couple days ago. How much of his focus is going to be on that? How much of that his time is going to be needed for that? We don't know. I would assume his time management's very well. We see it all the time on the water. So, but it could be a factor, especially if things don't go well or things are snagged up. It could be weighing on his mind. So that's to take into consideration. The other thing is what his goals are. And if you went on and read, he released about a day ago, he released a little article to MLF, and he was honest, and he said the last 2 years he was focused on winning Angler of the Year. Period. And not that he didn't give effort towards the other tournaments, but not nearly as much as he did for Angler of the Year. He's hinting towards Red Crest and heavy hitters this year, wanting to win those over Angler of the Year. He's still a top 10 angler all day long. So I don't think picking him necessarily every tournament like you did before will be in play, but he's going to be there the majority of the time. Same thing with Dustin Connell and Jordan Lee. I think some of your older anglers that did really, really well in the 5-fish format may be surfacing back to the top of the leaderboards here. Other news, Timmy Horton's coming back because of the change. He came out of retirement for it. He was a good top 10, top 20 angler pretty consistently, so you probably see him in some of your picks coming up. But it's going to be interesting. I know it's going to change up strategies and things like that and who you pick. Unfortunately, all the data we have is based off the old format. So utilizing, you're going to have to do some deep research to find some old 5-fish formats that they fished a long time ago. But you got to remember, they weren't as experienced then. They have way more experience now. So it's going to be interesting. I think lakes and lake conditions and patterns are going to probably play pretty heavy this year in your picks for your bet for your anglers, so the group A and B. So that's kind of what it'll be. It's exciting. I'm excited for this season. Some of my goals is I want to be in the top 25, at least in one event, or more, but at least one this year to win a rod and reel combo. Always trying to get those all 10 on the championship day and win that boat and stuff. We'll have to see what when they roll out the new year, what it's going to be for the prizes. You know, it may not be a bass boat and a truck, but I have a feeling it will be. So excited about that. Always shooting for that 10 anglers on the last day. Going to try to get more top 25s this year. I averaged 2,585th place last season. I had some that were a little higher than that, some that were quite a bit lower than that in the thousands, where I averaged out at 473 out of everybody. So really excited for all that, and those are my goals for next year. Sorry about the dog. You know, Jacob's article is pretty cool. He points out some of the strategy and some of the things we should be thinking about for this upcoming year. So, Guntersville, mid-May. Fish are going to be everywhere mid-May in Guntersville. Some will be up spawning, some will be out deep, some will be on the shad spawn, some will be on bluegill beds. It's just going to be like where to find the best pattern for Guntersville. So he's excited about that. So let's see. Some of the other deals is like Tennessee. They're splitting between Cherokee and Douglas. So your qualifying rounds are held on Douglas, knockout and champion are on Cherokee. That's going to play into who strategizes the best for that on what they practice for. And they're limited on practice. So they got 2 days for practice. So that's another thing to keep an eye out for. I like the schedule this year. I think it's going to be very interesting. Randy Howe, you know, he caught those Mondos last season on Bussy Break, and you know, he's another good 5-fish guy, you know, to have on your roster, or at least be considering. But we're going to go more in depth into that for Kissimmee, which is our first stop. Once we get closer to that, I'm releasing this video to kind of hopefully get it out there, let everybody know what I'm doing, and then each month I will do a specific episode with some of my top picks, and then we're gonna go over the you know, the lake, how it's setting up, the lake conditions. We're gonna go over the anglers' stats, of some of the ones that I think should be in consideration for your picks for this tournament. And this will be tough. Like, MLF like kind of safeguards a lot of that information till almost the end. So I'm gonna post the video probably a day or two before the tournament. So there could be information that comes out in those 2 days or 3 days, whatever it works out, that you're going to want to take into consideration. But I'm going to have at least the foundation for you of what I've been researching and what I found. Then I'll go over the angler strengths for that body of water, and we'll go over, after the first tournament, we'll go over angler momentums. You know, I found last year momentum played huge. Look at Dustin Connell, how his wins and how he carried through on momentum. Same thing with Jacob Wheeler, and you know, there's another guy, can't remember his name, sorry, but I can think of his face, I can think of his aluminum boat, but I can't remember his name right now. But so that's what I'm excited for. That's what we're going to be going for. Like I said, drop comments. You can hit me up on Facebook. My name is Justin Fowler. I'll have the podcast on Spotify. You can comment there, Fowler's Corners. Let me know if you want an audio version of this on Spotify. every week. Maybe that's better than the videos for you, easier for you to listen to. So that'd be cool. Let me know that, and I can easily detach the audio, slap it over into Anchor, get it posted on Spotify. I might do that anyways. That was a great idea that I just thought of while talking to you guys. So we'll probably do that too. So check it out over there. It was just awesome. Thanks for watching along, guys. I'm looking forward to having fun this season. Please interact. Please comment. Tell me when I'm doing good. Tell me when I'm doing bad. It's the only way I can improve. And I just want to have the camaraderie and talk back with you guys and have a good time with the fantasy fishing. And may all your guys' lines be tight when you're out fishing. May all your picks be right, and we're winning some money. Thanks for watching along.